Hello and welcome to Stitching with My Kitties, floss tube number 31. I'm Patty Penn and today is Sunday, the 29th of June, 2025. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back, and I hope you will like this video and tell your friends. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy the channel and would consider subscribing and liking the video. Also, please feel free to leave comments because I enjoy reading them and replying to them. Additionally, we are going to have, I had two giveaways from Christy of Happiness is Heartmade from the floss tube number 32 2 weeks ago. I can't figure out the random comment picker. It says I'm not using my URL for the Stitching with My Kitties floss tube. So I'm gonna have to get somebody to help me with that. So I hope you don't mind, but I won't draw the winner until I get that figured out before the next floss tube, which will be 13 July. And I'm gonna have 3 giveaways today. So we will have an actual giveaway of 5 charts next time on the 13th. Yeah, the 13th of July. Just a few things. We're going to go through a little bit of a personal update. I've got announcements, StitchCon recap, whips, plans, haul, and the 3 giveaways for next time. I have been quite klutzy today. I was ironing the whips that I wanted to show today. Well, they're all my whips. I don't have any others. And I'm pretty much a monogamous stitcher. So to have 5 whips is very interesting for me. So I was ironing them so that I could have them nice so that you could not have to look at all the wrinkles. And then I needed to iron 2 dresses. They're 100% cotton, and they were very wrinkled when they came out of the dryer. So I was gonna iron those today. Well, I burned my hand twice. Then I was picking up my pincushion and stabbed myself. So it has been a very klutzy day for me. And of course, I was working at my cutting table up in my sewing room, and Daisy May came, and I had made some labels, and she stole one of those and knocked the Velcro off and was playing with it. Then I dropped a little felt ball, and she was batting that around. So she's been having a good time today. I don't know if she will make an appearance. She may be in the family room with her daddy on her chaise lounge, which is where she likes to be nowadays. Then I'll be in the office again 4 days this week. I go in 4 days and telework on Friday. That's what the rest of the team does, to include our assistant. And Jeff and Kevin should be getting their new assistant in the next couple of weeks. So we're rounding out the team again, and it's been great. Going into the office, I thought would be a little nerve-wracking is probably a good term. It hasn't been. I've really enjoyed spending time with all my partners and seeing my colleagues in the office. I do enjoy Friday, so I have to admit. Then I fell as I went through the magnetometer at the Cincinnati airport. Niecy Lynn and I both have TSA pre-check, so we didn't have any trouble, got right up to the magnetometer, but there were 5 people that had clear, which they put in between me and Niecy Lynn. She was behind me. So I went through the magnetometer and I was turning around to either see where she was or see if my luggage had come through the x-ray machine. Don't know exactly what I was doing, but I know I was turning around and I fell. The floor was very slick. It was shiny. It was some kind of rock. It wasn't marble or granite, but very hard, very cold. I fell on my right side, but I didn't hit my head. immediately I was surrounded by TSA people and a couple of bystanders who also were trying to help me. Well, Niecy Lynn saw the commotion, and thank goodness she didn't break through the magnetometer and get in trouble. She came and she said, you know, just stay there for a minute. She talked to the TSA. They wanted to call EMS paramedics, and I said that really wasn't necessary. You know, I just needed to get up and, you know, get going. And they said, well, you know, you really should at least get in a wheelchair. So, and Niecy Lynn agreed. So we were there about an hour and a half before it was boarding time for Niecy. And my flight was a couple hours later. So we were going to go to the lounge and where we could just relax a little bit. And I knew that there was a lounge in Terminal A, but we're both flying out of Terminal B. And I did remember that last year, the lounge was actually between gates, I think 22 and 24. I mean, between the one she left out of and the one I left out of. So we decided that I couldn't find the information for Terminal B. So she pushed me to Terminal A, and we were checking in, and I happened to ask, you know, what happened to the lounge in B terminal. And she said, oh no, it's still there. So we went back through Terminal A, through Terminal B, got in, got settled, chatted. Then it was time for Niecy to go wait to get boarded. Well, I had originally planned on going with her to her gate, watching her get onto the jetway, and wait till they had closed the doors to the gate before I left to make sure that she got on the right plane and that she didn't get back off by mistake. Well, she wouldn't have any of that because, you know, she wouldn't let me walk. And then she arranged to have somebody come and take me to my gate. So needless to say, I was sore at the beginning of the week, but I did not get hurt. And, you know, I fall down. I'm very klutzy. My right foot still is not 100%. It still has a little feeling loss, some tingling. And I don't think it's as strong as it was before all of my surgeries from December. But anyway, I'm good. I walk five mornings this week. I walk about 6 o'clock in the morning. As soon as it's early enough, I get out, and it takes me about 45 minutes. I walk 3 miles. My goal is 4 days a week. I was able to do 5 this week. It was really enjoyable. So, you know, tomorrow's a new day. So let's see if there's anything else. I don't think there's any other personal updates. Judy, I did tell Damon if he got up and went to the kitchen to come and say hello to you because I know you want him to make a cameo appearance. I don't think he's going to do it, but I did make the request for you, sweet Judy. Speaking of Judy, I showed a month or so ago that Judy had sent me a little surprise, and she had sent me 2 cards. One was a little girl and a bunny, and then she sent me this little note card. I won't open it up, and I was going to put that in my book of days, like I did this one. Well, then I decided yesterday, no, I'm going to use it as decoration for one of my stitchy boxes. And I think since this has violets on it, I'm going to use it for my purple stitchy box that I have not made yet. And that's also the box that I'm going to use the cute little knitted beaded purse that my sweet friend Anne made for me. So I'll have 2 wonderful little things to remind me of wonderful friends that I have in the cross-stitch community, and they will make me smile every time I see them. So I don't know if I'll get that one made next weekend. I have a 3-day weekend. Yesterday I went up to Dreama's Needlecraft Corner. I'll talk about that. It was her 45th anniversary. But I thought I would show you my June book of days. since today is the next to last day of June. And I haven't written in it a whole lot, but I did sticker it up a lot. And so I did work on Jesse Challenor quite a bit, and that's what I'm still working on. And I finished on the 14th, which was Flag Day, or my mother's birthday, and the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. My husband served for about 29 years. I finished the Peace mesh bag from Stitch West this spring that was designed by Shepherd's Bush, and that was part of our project. So I finished that up because I was doing that. I allowed myself 15 minutes after I finish my lunch, because I typically will just eat my lunch at my desk, to just stitch for 15 minutes. That just to kind of clear my mind and get ready to finish the day out. So I finished that, and then this weekend all I've done is worked on Jesse Challenor. So that's my June. And then of course I've only partly stickered July. And this is where I have the sweet little card from Judy with the little girl. So I've got lots and lots of room to write and make notes. So that's my book of days. Then let's see, announcements. Dreama at Needlecraft Corner is going to start a new Fabric of the Month club. It starts in October, and it's going to be Atomic Ranch. Yeah, very exciting. She has decided that it will be every other month will be a neutral and then a color. Now, we don't know what the colors will be, and of course we don't know what the neutrals will be, but neutrals you can kind of visualize. She has said that Orchid will definitely be one of the 6 for the colorway. She is offering a quarter, a half, or a full yard for Ada 14, 16, 18, Lugana 32 and 36, and linen up to 46 count. Now, I signed up yesterday for the 40 count, but I might switch that to 46. I've got to see. I still haven't tried the 46 yet. Now, if you want 20 count Ada, that will only come in a quarter or a half yard. She didn't say how much it will be per month, but again, it starts October of this year. 6 months neutral, 6 month color. They will alternate neutral color, neutral color. And Orchid will be one of the color for 1 month. So speaking of Needlecraft Corner, yesterday, actually earlier in the week, I think the 23rd was the actual date that Dreama opened up Needlecraft Corner. That was 45 years ago, 1980. She has been in 3 different buildings. They're in, we call it Baltimore, but the little area is Parkville. And she it's just amazing that she's been there for 45 years. She started out as a needlepoint instructor or professor at the University of Maryland, and then opened up her shop. So she's strictly all cross-stitch now. And let me show you my haul. Well, first off, let me show you the stuff that I won, because Dreama likes to play games. Now, I've got 3 different bags here of stuff. So this isn't going to be a quick review. Let me see if I can find the stuff. This is my, from my Hands Across the Sea, what was it? All Things Bright and Beautiful. And that was a really nice Okay, I don't see what all we got that I won or that she gave us. I will show you what she did give us each a 45th year needle minder. I guess I could have taken these out of the package, sorry. And then she had to give everybody a needle minder, and that's sweet Summer. Summer's 12 and a half years old, and she's a Shih Tzu, and she is adorable. And I think I've told you that Summer has to have a ham sandwich. Well, she doesn't eat the bread, but when Dreama has our lunch delivered, Summer gets her ham sandwich. Then this was in our goodie bag, a nice notepad. And I always can use notepads. And let's see. There were a couple other things, but I'm not finding them. That's okay. I also got Dreama's summer mystery box. So let me show you all the goodies that were in the mystery box, because this was a fantastic one. I think her next one will be, Halloween. I don't do Halloween for the most part, so I didn't order it last year. I'm probably gonna get it this year because it was very good last year. Had a couple of charts from A Stitches by Ethel, which I have a lot to show you. And one of the giveaway charts this week is a chart exclusive to Needlecraft Corner that was designed by Ethel, of Stitches by Ethel. So in the mystery box, we got a nice, this is to clean your glasses or your computer screen, the screen on your phone. Got this really cute pouch, both sides, the American flag. Got another pouch that says Needlecraft Corner 45th anniversary with fireworks. And inside we got needles and a needle holder, and the zipper pull is scissors. So cute. And we got these, and I don't know if you've seen these, that you can get them at 1-2-3 Stitch, and I love them. Let me open them up because I want to show you. These are beyond gorgeous, and it looks like you can erase them, write in pencil and then erase them. So here's one in green. I'm not sure what that says. I think that might be Russian. Here's one in, of course, my favorite color, pink. Another green and lavender, and then blue. I think these are gorgeous. I was so excited to see those in the box. Then, of course, we got our floss pack. I use these all the time for Gentle Arts Weeks and Classic Color Works. I use them for other flosses too, but not my DMCs. I do put my DMCs on bobbins. And then a nice bookmark, some project cards. I love project cards. These are very nice project cards. And then I had not seen this. This is a fabric gauge, and it's clear. I think it was gonna work much better than the wooden one or the plastic one that I have. This is by Yarn Tree, and the plastic one is by Yarn Tree also. But I'm really looking forward to trying to use that. Then we got a needle keeper, and I got in the cute Americana bag, floss rings. If I'm not mistaken, Harry probably made these on his 3D printer, because I got some from Harry and Anne at StitchCon. Then look at this. Let me pull this out. It is a box that you decorate the top. I'm sorry for all the crinkle. You decorate the top of the box, and it's the full kit. The linen, the floss, everything. Oops. And 2 pieces of sticky board so that you can mount your piece. I really want to make this now, but I need to finish up Jessie, so it won't be real soon. And then a really cute Americana needle minder. And then 2 project kits. Little House Needleworks, Old Glory. And I got Lugana and the threads. And then Home of the Brave. This is by Just Another Button Company. It has the buttons. Isn't that cute? I've got to see if I can find some red polka dotted fabric. Then there's one more. I didn't pull it out. Where did it go? Where did it go? Here it is. Yep. Liberty, Freedom and Liberty. And again, this is exclusive to Needlecraft Corner, and I have one to give away. Now mine is a full kit. Again, the Lugana and all the flosses. But is that adorable or what? So this will be fun. Now this is, I want to say 4 years ago, maybe 5. Ethel, and I meant to pick it up off my mantle. It's a long one, and they're both there with some other connecting flowers and what do you call that? Not borders, banners. So this will go in my dough bowl for my Americana or my July the 4th, and I'll use the longer one on the mantle still. So, speaking of Stitches by Ethel, there were a few new charts that I didn't have that I picked up yesterday. Ethel's Patriotic Pie Tins. I can't believe I didn't have this one. I think this might have come out last year. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can tell. Yeah, 2024. And then, hold on, I'm trying to get the ladybug button moved. Let me see if I can get this opened up. Whoops, more crinkles, sorry. This is Garden Friends. And then there's the little ladybug button. Make a Joyful Noise. That's beautiful. Running with Needle and Thread. Well, you know I had to have that one because it's bunnies, and I love the way this is finished. And then Snowballs and Icicles. And again, with the Jabco buttons. Then I also got a few of the night garden charts that I didn't have. This one is Thy Bloom at Night by Fox and Rabbit. Love it. Then the Proper Stitcher in Nature. Love this finish. Sweet Ring Studio Moonflower Patches. And Manny Didonna Sound of the Night Sewing Set. This may be the first one that I start because I think it's so pretty. Here's the back. Then I got this Fox and Rabbit, Fanny Collins, 1853. Beautiful sampler. And then this was on sale, Honey House by Erin Elizabeth. And I think this is Paisley and polka dots. Yeah, it is a paisley and polka dots finishing board. Erin Elizabeth has a number of houses that she's done on those finishing boards. And then I got Humming of the Bees by Blackbird. And Crowns and Shields, a collection of cartouches by Blackbird. Now this one is older, but Sampler Guild of the Rockies is having a stitch day in August, and we're gonna have a scissor fob exchange. And just, you know, a little, it's Blackbirds, because that's what we're stitching on that day, all Blackbirds. And it's available via Zoom. That's how I'll do it. So I was emailing with Katrina last night, who is helping to coordinate the stitching day. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to find one of these to use as my scissor fob exchange. I think that will be fun. And then there were a few kits that were already kitted up, and you know I love Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. Well, this is Chrysanthemum House with all kitted, the linen, the floss. Then Maple House, again, all kitted, linen, floss, everything. And finally, Blessed Are the Merciful. This is by Sampler Bird Stitchery. And this is a Quaker motif inspired sampler. Now I will change the verse. I'm not sure what I'll put there yet. But this, again, oh, no. This is not, back up. This is from Dying to Stitch. This is their sewing circle. This is the first quarter for this year from Dying to Stitch. So I'm glad I figured that out. I just think this is beautiful. So I did not get this at Needlecraft Corner yesterday. I got this through the mail. Dying to Stitch is down in Norfolk. And there's another cross stitch store. I think it's in Colonial Williamsburg proper. You know, the original Colonial Williamsburg area. I believe they're down there. So I probably ought to get Susan and Stacy together, and we'll do a day trip down and visit Dying to Stitch and the new one in Williamsburg. And then now I found the other things that I got yesterday. We played Americana Bingo, which is always fun. So I won floss drops, and look at that. Yes, those are the Patriotic Trio from Stitches by Ethel. And then I also won another set of floss drops in this cute little bag. And here are those, the American flag. I think they're all the same. They are. So I won those playing bingo. And then this was in our, let me show you the tote we got. So we got this tote, reusable, you know, everything. And this was in it. So I have two of these. And then Dreama gave all of us the July Mini Village by Country Cottage Needleworks because she loved it. And I am not in this club. I won't join that club, but I do like this chart, so I will stitch it. So that was all the stuff from Sweet Dreamas. Then let's, what's next? Let's do the StitchCon recap because it's quite a bit. We had two tables of Table 24. This was, you know, we had Table 24 last year, and unfortunately Karen got sick. Karen, who lives in California, got sick and could not make it. And so we really missed you, Karen, and really look forward to seeing you again very soon. We knew we wanted to have Harry and Ann, and Harry is thinking about starting a floss tube channel, and I told him he needed to call it Harry Hates Samplers. We were trying to come up with all sorts of names, but that's my favorite for him. But Nancy, the disorderly stitcher, was at the table. Now, she was at the table beside of us. At our table, there was Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs, and her mother was with her this year, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'll show you what Michelle made for all of us shortly. Then there was Niecy Lynn and me, and Jeanne and Ashley. We stitch and we know things. And then Dina, who they had met last year at StitchCon. And then Sandy, who was talking to Ashley and Jeanne, waiting to get in on Thursday morning into the stitching room. So then there was Nancy, Harry, and Ann. And then for the life of me, I can't remember the other 3 stitchers. So I apologize, ladies. I just, I'm drawing a blank. So, and then in addition, I got to spend time with Dottie, Stitch and Scotty. I met Olivia, Southern Yankee Stitcher. I met Beth, and there were a few other people. They were at table 10. And then the real table 24 this year, because we were like 14 and 15 or 15 and 16, I don't remember which. The real table 24, Cheryl St. Clair, I won her Smalls Exchange, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But let me show you what I got either at Keepsakes, the actual Keepsakes, because you know, you get on the Stitchy bus, you ride about 10 minutes, get off, go shop, come back out, Stitchy bus is waiting, you get back on and go back to the convention center. Have it down pat. So this was either from Keepsakes or at the Annex. They had a wonderful, I don't know how many trunk shows were actually in the Annex this year. They had a lot of fabric, Atomic Ranch, Dames of the Needle, Bestitch Me. I'm forgetting a lot of them, but it was beautiful. And I did get, in the Annex, I did get 3 pieces of fabric. I got one more reproduction by Bestitch Me. I got a half yard. And this is looking maybe slightly darker than it really is, but it's beautiful. So that definitely needed to come live with me. And then I got a fat quarter of pink roses. This is by Dames of the Needle. And it's not really too mottled, but just a beautiful piece. I think that's 36. Yeah, this is 36 count linen. The one more reproduction was 40 count linen. And then from Atomic Ranch, I got Vanilla Cream, a fat quarter of 46. And again, it's not really mottled. So I did pick up those 3 fabrics. And then while I was at, this was actually from Keepsakes, I got the Britter Cup Designs Bitty Kitty Monthly Series, May, June. I had to have these. I mean, are those cute or what? And then, where are the other 2? I got 2 other by her. See if I can find them. Here they are. Then I got September, October. And then November, December. The cat with the turkey tails, or turkey feathers. Just too cute. So I picked up those, and then I had not seen this before. This is the Heartwear Heart in Hand, and it's a pocket round B. That should stitch up real quick. I think that would make some really cute ornaments. Then the Christmas cat. This is by Bent Creek. It comes with the beads. And this is the first year that Sue Hillis did not design the StitchCon project. Sue is no longer designing, from what I understand. And so Barbara asked Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand if she would do it. And luckily she did. And look at this. Look, there's the tomato pincushion, Ohio Star quilt block. Here's keepsakes. You got a button for $3.10. Here's the Stitchy Bus. And then there's $3.10's button. I don't know how well that's going to show up. It's not really showing up. Sorry. But this is called Kindred Friends. So Niecy Lynn and I, of course, had to get that. Then Ravaris had two fabulous bee theme. And this is Queen. Oops, sorry. And it came with the button and the linen. And then this one is Be Kind. And again, the button, the linen, the finishing, everything. So that's gonna be fun. Then Heart Song Minis by Cherry Blossoms. And Niecy Lynn and I want to start this one together too. The Vintage Hair. This again is by Cherry Blossoms. And I sent Dreama an email last night. I'm almost positive that I saw either a 36 or a 40 count Atomic Ranch linen that's about this color. So I'm hoping, because this was the last weekend for the Atomic Ranch trunk show at Dreama's. She's packing it up and sending it back next week. So I hope she can find something very, very close to that color. And then for Manny DiDonna, I can't remember if I've got 2 or 3 of these. Let me look real quick. Just 2 of them. I've got the Spring Vibes sewing basket and the models were the cutest thing. And then Winter Vibes. Look at the cardinal. Is he gorgeous? I would like to get that made before Christmas. And those were all in the annex. And then I just picked up some stickers from Boomerang Stitches. And Be Happy by Summer House. And then Heart and Hand, there were a few of the tiny towns that I didn't have that I did want to pick up. So Patriotic Tiny Town, and I will probably finish it as a drum, along with the frill. And then Any Tiny Town, I think these came out last year. And then more Any Town, Tiny Town. So I picked those up. And then I found a new waxer. This is by Twin Springs Farms. So that'll go with my other waxers back here. And then, you know, I love the Mini Moons by Plum Street. And so I got the Salem Mini Moon. Now, you know, I'm not real big onto Halloween, but this was, who can turn down a bunny with a witch's hat? That was just too cute. And from Ravaris also, I got the bee that is a needle minder. But I think I might put that in my bee stitchy box that Niecy Lynn gave me. You'll see it in a few minutes. Then I think this is the one that Niecy Lynn picked up also. My sister sampler, Sarah Dixon. I just love the flowers and the colors. I don't think this one would take too terribly long to stitch because it's not real solid. And it calls for Gloriana silk. There's 8 different colors. I think I'm going to go to Vicki Clayton's website to see if she has a conversion to her silks. And then if she doesn't, I can see if she'll do a conversion for me. Because Dreama does not carry Glorianas. And then I had to get this one. And I thought I was going to kit it up at StitchCon last weekend. But I remembered that I have the Berkshire Hive 36 count even weave by Fabric Flair. So I did not kit it up after all because I want to use that fabric. And I know I still have some. I have kitted up a couple of things using it already. The Chubby Bee by Jeanette Douglas. That was my Smalls Exchange. This for StitchCon and for Stitch West back in April. And I did pick up the flosses that I didn't have, but I have most of the overdyes that is called for. Then I have 3 other clubs that I'm in. Or this wasn't a club, this was just by Evertote. They offered the quintessential Frisian Smalls by Modern Folk Embroidery. So this was a box. I believe we saw all of the designs before we ordered it. I don't remember. But this was a Evertote Roxy Floss Co. Modern Folk Embroidery collaboration. So I got the book, and then I chose the linen, and the linen is 46 count porcelain by Roxy Floss Co., and that is scrumptious. Then here are the flosses. It's Falu Red. So that came, and then we got a thread bed from Evertote. Very cute. Loved all the flowers. And we got a corner gauge from Evertote. So this will definitely go in a stitchy box that I will use for these smalls. And there is more than enough fabric to make all of them and still have quite a bit left over because they sent you a layout diagram. So see, I'm not even going to use half of the fabric, the linen piece. So that came. And then my Sweet Stitching Club from Pine Needles out in somewhere in Utah, I can't remember. So I got my July, and Damon put together the box for me some months ago and painted it black. And then here's the finishing stuff. Now I did put these 3 wool balls. That didn't come with it, but I like the look here. So I'll put those in there so I would have it when I was ready. And then from Fat Quarter Shop, got my the thread white and blue by Hands On Designs. I got it for the pin cushion with the I think this is a mattress finish. If not, it's the new finish. I can't remember, and then I doubt I'll do the needle book because I don't enjoy working on perforated paper. If I do stitch it, I'll stitch it on linen or even weave. And then I got my Liberty bag also. And I already have the blue bag. I think I've got the buttons, but I'm not positive. And then from Cherry Blossom, she just gave a little free chart. I'm not going to show it, but I thought that was very nice. Then from Christy at Happiness is Heartmade, she was showing Dog Mom, and I said, oh, I've got to have that. Because look, it's a little Scotty. Is he cute or what? Christy, thank you so much. And then I'm a part of Twin Peak Primitives Patreon. We got our July, or I guess it's our June chart today, this morning. This was in my box when I got up. Isn't that cute? And it's called Zig and Zag Carnival. They're adorable. You know, I love mice too. Don't like them in the house, but I do like them. Then let me show you some of the, well, no, let me show you this. I did get a couple of other things. I got a couple of things from Kohana. I'm not going to take them out, but these are for my Stitchy boxes. And then look at this. Beautiful wooden box. And look, it's got a button. Another little tiny pin cushion, fabric winder, little scissors. So this is so pretty. I just couldn't resist. So I think this will go really well with a another bee stitchy box or something. Then I think that's, oh, and then here's my June, you know, I'm part of Crazy Annie's and Siggy's Closet Stitchy Box of the Month. So for June, we got this cute little strawberry with the charm and an unstitcher. And I needed one because I gave Niecy Lynn my last one back in April, or the one I had in my Stitchy box that I travel with, so this will go back because that's my original Stitchy box. That's what sent me down that rabbit hole, was Niecy Lynn made it for me last year at StitchCon. And then we got the needle minder and scissors fob or zipper pull, whichever you want to call it. So, and you know, I just love Siggy's Closet. Christina does beautiful work. So I got that. Now, let's see, my friend Dottie, Stitching Scotty. She is so sweet. You know, she gave me the stitching bag at Stitch West this spring, and I took it with me to StitchCon because it was great. She got me this fabulous project bag, and I got my choice, and I decided I wanted the Christmas one. This is Teresa Kogut fabric, green Santa, red Santa, just adorable. And it also came with a floss pouch. Isn't that cute? And a needle book. Look at that. Let me get this open. So, that is a fabulous thing, Dottie. Thank you so much. I just love it. And I don't have any Teresa Kogut Christmas fabric at all. So, I was just so happy to get this. So, thank you again, Dottie. And then from Niecy Lynn, I got this big bag. Well, the first thing, you know, I see is friends are the family we choose. And it's a dish towel. So this will go into the kitchen this afternoon as soon as I finish filming. Then she got me a bee sticker, you know, that's needed for my book of days. And then she said she looked everywhere trying to find a pink one, but I love this one. She got the big mesh bag that Kim Deal has the design for from a Fat Quarter Shop. And this is huge, and it's gusseted, so you can get so much in here. So, and then she said she hunted bunnies but couldn't find them. These are thread winders that are cats. Now I'm gonna have Damon put it together for me, but I will probably take one or two of the cats and not use them in the holder, but put them in my stitchy boxes. And then finally, I got a little stitchy box that is bee themed. Look at the zipper pull. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. Look at that bee. And then I'm taking out, because I had some stuff to put in here. It came with, look at the inside. Oops, is that beautiful or what? I never thought about putting the buttons on. And she did that on several of the boxes. And a little pocket that she put she covered the pocket and put the rickrack. Here is a bee needle threader. A little bee, a little puffy bee, and another bee. This can be a scissor fob or a zipper pull. Then I already had a few bee things. So I had made another zipper pull. I made a zipper pull like this for my Smalls Exchange, and I made one for myself. So I put those on a pair of black scissors, and I'll put them up here like that. And I had a bee with this is what I use to straighten my floss that's been bombinated, the cotton floss. And a little yellow spool just because it's cute. And then I had found a bee tape measure. So I'm all set here. I love it, love it, love it. Niecy Lynn, you're so creative. Thank you so much. And I'll see her again in October because we're going back to Stitch West. Then, let's see. We got a parting gift on Saturday night when we left StitchCon. And it was this and 3 charms. It was the compass charm. Then this says, find joy in the journey. It won't show up, I don't think. And then 2025 charm. So I just put a couple additional charms and a piece of chain and put them all together. So that's gonna be my zipper pull from StitchCon. And then let me show you a few other gifts that I got. Now I'm not going to show them all, but this is what Christy's mother Michelle made for us. Is that fabulous or what? Then I'm not sure who left this, because people just, stop by and give you things, and you don't know, they don't always put a note, but a beautiful pair of scissors, a needle minder. Let me see if I can get this out, because I want you to see this. Wait, this is probably who left it for me. Let me see if I can put my glasses on and read it. I don't have my readers down here. Oh, I should have known. This is from Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. She gave us a skein of 310 needles from Be in My Bonnet, Lori Holt. That cute embroidery scissors. The Disorderly Stitcher needle minder. And there's a needle threader in here too. Let me see if I can get it out. She's got it taped down. Oh, I've never seen one like this. This is nice. This will go in a stitchy box. It's like a dress form. It's got the needle threader up here and a floss cutter. This needs to go in my travel stitchy box from New Zealand last year that she made me, because that's perfect, perfect, perfect. Then I got some stuff. Let me show you let me pull a couple more of these out. Let's see, this, scissors, a needle minder. Oh, these are nice. Look at that cute little needle minder with the pom-pom. And this is from Jan Stiff from Columbia, Tennessee. Jan Stiff Stitches. Yes, floss tube channel, Jan Stiff Stitches. I'm gonna have to go and check her out. And then it has one of these little zippy things. And you know how much I love waxers. Look at that beautiful waxer. You know where that's going. And there's a couple more in here that I'll pull out to show you. Trying to find this. I can't remember if everything was in here or if this is more than one gift. But look at that cute bee and flower zipper pull or scissor fob. Then, this is from Sandy, who was new at our table this year. Hi, Sandy. She got these cotton candy mitts. I had never heard of this Buc-ee's. I had never heard of it. But they're good because several people gave me one from the table. And then she is Snail Stitcher on Instagram. And then we got a floss holder. And then I think the pen was with her because we have the green notebook. And you know, you always need these at a stitching convention. Then someone else came by and gave me this wonderful pair of scissors with this scissor. I have never made these, but I love them. And a pen. And then someone else stopped by and left this cute kitty scissor fob or zipper pull. So then there's other things that I may show a little later in the next one. But there's two things that I do want to show you that someone left. Look at this. Honey, their husband has beehives. And this is honey from his beehive. It is so cute. I'm gonna use this. And then my sister's samplers. Let me turn that around. My sister's samplers. They also gave us a waxer. So, thank you so much. When we checked in, we got a backpack this year. Last year, we got a really nice tote bag. This year, we got a backpack, and it's insulated. And I'm sure you've seen a number of floss tubers show them. So I didn't bring mine downstairs. And in it was a phone stand, a fold-up phone stand. And I think it was Nancy, the disorderly stitcher this morning. I was watching her, and she even, she figured out that it swivels and it held her iPad. So that's very nice. And then we had this floss organizer, this way to StitchCon 2025. That will go in one of my stitchy boxes as decoration. Then there was the free table, and I picked up a few things at the free table. I picked up this Shenanigans Calico Kate. Now, I won't stitch her on this linen, but I do like her, so I may kit her up using maybe 36 or 40 even weave. But it looks, and then of course switch it to DMC stranded cotton, stranded floss rather than the pearl thighs. Then let's see, what else did I get on the free table? This wool kit, and I'm not going to pull it all out. Then this Sturbridge sparkler, I thought that was very pretty. It's a kit. So that's, I picked up a few other things on the exchange table. Then, look, I didn't show you my whips. We talked about it and then I didn't show it. Okay, we had a couple of start-alongs this year at StitchCon. Nancy, the disorderly stitcher, wanted to start There Is Room by Annie, the Proper Stitcher. There is room at the table for everyone. I'm going to put this on my DEI wall. And here is my start. This is the upper left corner. I'm stitching this on 36 count fabric flare. I think this is denim. I can't remember the color and it doesn't say, but I think it's denim. And then I'm using, this is Cottage Garden threads, and the color is Garcon, Garcon. Let me pull this out so you can see it. So I love Cottage Garden threads because I love the variegation. So I think this is going to be so pretty. So that was one of my starts. Then Niecy Lynn and I wanted to start Day of Jubilee on Juneteenth. And so we did. You know, I'm an upper right-hand starter. She's an upper left-hand starter for the most part. And so I got very little in because this is 40 count Wet Sand by Be Stitch Me. So it was, I had trouble seeing it because it's 40 count. So that's my sad little start. It's these two stars here, but I think it's going to be very pretty on this fabric. And then these are the call fors from Forbidden Fiber Co. So I got that started. Then I worked some more on Maya's Butterflies. Now, I just got this as a PDF from Christy. I didn't even think about printing out a copy of the front chart. So, but this is Maya's Butterflies. I got quite a bit done on it. Filled in some more on the border, finished the border, and did the butterfly. Now, I may frog that butterfly and choose some different colors, because some of this I substituted. It's not the call for. The call for was too light, so I got some sulkies and thought I could figure it out, but I'm not. It's not working for me. So I'm stitching this on 36 count even weave butterfly damask by Fabric Flare. You know, they're my favorite fabric company. And then I put my sulkies in this box from Fat Quarter Shop, and they fit perfectly. Now I think 103s would fit in these boxes also. I don't have any 103s, but I think that they would fit well. So this is very nice. And I have it in my butterfly bag that I made all the matching stuff to go with. And then here was our finish that Niecy Lynn, Jeanne, and I all finished our We the People. We put, Jeanne and I put in our last 6 or 8 stitches. Niecy Lynn did not do the 1/1. She did the back stitching for the words. Jeanne also did back stitching. I'm the only one that did the 1/1 for the words. Here's the design, Salty Stitcher Designs. And of course I'll link her. But I love it. So I want to take this along with Jessie Challenor, and let me show you Jessie. She's coming along so well. Look at this. Look at that bird. Now I worked on, I think I added this morning. I filled in some more of the greenery. I put the 19 in, and then this is the berry bowl. I was working on the berry bowl, got almost the complete berry bowl done, and realized I had made a mistake and I had to frog, but that's okay. So I think I can probably finish this before the end of July. That will be my goal. So I would like to take Jessie, We the People, and then my sweet friend Ann from Utah has stitched for me Peace on Earth. Remember last I think it was 2 floss tubes ago, I said, who has a friend that calls you and says, hey, I want to stitch that for you? And I'm like, oh, sure, I will loan that to you, no problem. She said, no, you don't understand. I want to stitch it for you. So that is in the mail. I think she said it should be here Wednesday or Thursday. And I told her, of course, I would let her know immediately when I got it because I can't wait to see it. She stitched it on 36 count even weave by Fabric Flair that I sent her. And let me show you my smalls exchange that I got. Let me make sure that I'm going to give you the right name. Hang on just a minute. I've got to find, I wish you could see this mess I have in here. I've got to find my bag. Here it is. Nope, that's the wrong bag. Where's my Americana bag that, oh, here, right in front of me. Sorry. I told you I was a little klutzy today. I just want to make sure I give you the right name. I'm sure it is, but let me see. What did I do with it? It's probably right here and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, this I got off the free table also. 3 Christmas ornament kit from JBW. I think this, it's got buttons and it's a little pillow, I believe. Now, where did I put? I don't see it. Okay. Well, it's Cheryl Sinclair, and she was at table 24 this year. So it was bee themed. I knew it was because of the outside. The first thing was a glass honey holder with a honey dipper. You know, the wooden honey dippers that have it's like turned. And she filled it with bit of honey candy. Well, I took that into the office because to put on my desk. And then I got a bee tin with a needle. It's a magnet on the bottom. Isn't that cute? And then look at this. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. And this is the Primrose Cottage. I'm almost positive. Look at that. I mean, is that just me or what? And then look at the back. Look at that little bee fabric. I wish I could find some. And a bee charm and the lady dot pom-poms. I mean, this is amazing. I love it. So that's gonna go. I think I'm gonna have to get Damon to make me a little bowl or maybe a square box to put my bee things in, like, you know, pillows and stuff. And I made 3 bee pins. I made 3 for my Smalls Exchange, and I made 3 bee pins for me also. So I'm gonna get them out and put them in here. Then I have to show you my wonderful, sweet, fabulous friend, Jeanne. Last year, I wanted to get her Smalls Exchange because I knew it was bunny themed. And a woman got to it before I did. We both walked up to the table at the same time, and she picked it up. But Jeanne made me one. I don't know if this is, I can't remember if this is Teresa Koga. I don't think so. I think it may be Brenda Gervais, but I'm not positive. But look, this beautiful red backing, the fabulous cording, the ribbon with the pink heart, the charm, 2025 charm. I mean, Jen, I'll send you pictures of when I put it in my bowl, because it'll go straight to my bowl today when I finish here. Yeah. And then she and Ashley also made, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? I thought it was in here. Maybe it's not. But they made the cutest little bear zipper pull. I can't find it. And then Harry and Ann gave us all a goodie bag or a table gift. Lifesavers, chapstick, a skein of 310, more of Harry's 3D floss drops, or bobbins, not floss drop, bobbins, and a pair of little snips, chapstick, perfect, fabulous, fabulous. And then Misty from Mystic Fabrics came around. She has a Fabric of the Month club also. So she was handing out these little floss rings, a little bunny. I mean, who doesn't need a bunny? And then a needle. She asked you what size you typically stitch on and gave you the needle. So I thought that was very nice. And then I met Holly of Hobbies of Holly. She was there and she gave me this wonderful needle book and a little Hobbies of Holly sticker. So, and you know, pink, right up my alley. So won't this be great in my pink stitchy box? I mean, wow. And then finally, let me, if I can find them, let's look at, because I think this is all, yeah, just some more stuff from the free table. Because this is already an hour and 14 minutes, so I don't need to talk any longer. I think Dottie, Stitch and Scotty, and Beth are going to join Sampler Guild of the Rockies. Now, July the 1st is the last day that you can join this year. But they were interested in joining and possibly going to the Royal Retreat in Colorado Springs. That's going to be February the 6th through the 8th next year. And and yes, Cheryl St. Clair, Table 24, is the one that did my smalls exchange project. So Cheryl, thank you. And let's see, let me show you. Now these were the two charts from last week, or 2 weeks ago, last floss tube, that I couldn't get the random comment picker to work. And these were donated by Christy of Happiness is Heartmade, Lovebird Bouquet. And the keyword for that is bird. So you have another 2 weeks to comment if you didn't comment last time. And then Shannon's Garden Square. And I love those colors. I just think this is beautiful. And the keyword for this one is garden. Garden. Now, the three charts for this floss tube, again, 2 of them are from Happiness is Heartmade, and this is Acorn Alphabet. I think this is fabulous. I love that border. The colors are beautiful on this too. And the keyword for Acorn Alphabet will be acorn. Then the second chart for this floss tube is going to be February Cat by Happiness is Homemade. Isn't he cute? That's my little Duke kitty. He's our little tuxedo kitty. He's also our problem child. Yeah, he's our problem child. And then, remember I told you I had another one from Stitches by Ethel, and I asked her to sign it. Here is Freedom and Liberty. And the keyword for that is free, F-R-E-E. And did I tell you the keyword for February Cat is kitty, K-I-T-T-Y. And then for Stitches by Ethel, Freedom and Liberty, use the keyword free. And then last time I think I mentioned, I'm going to start a sale. I think I told Niecy Lynn that she and I were starting a sale on the 1st of December. I may not have told her, but Niecy Lynn, we're starting a sale. Again, Happiness is Heartmade, a cat and a cardinal Christmas. So please consider joining along with us. I believe Christy has not only paper patterns, but I think she may sell the PDFs also. So this was going to be my February start. My birthday start in February this year. We didn't have the charts, but I have pulled the fabric. I'm going to stitch it on a 32 count mint splash by Zweigart, so that I can use some of that. I just need to pull the DMCs for it, but it's in a project bag and everything. So this sale is going to be called hashtag a cat and cardinal sale, and we're going to start that December the 1st. I will draw for this pattern later on in the summer. I have one copy of this to give away to one lucky winner. Well, I've talked and talked and talked. It's almost an hour and 20 minutes. I'm so glad you could join me today. I hope that you will join me again for floss tube number 34. And that will be Sunday, the 13th of July. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks. Please, again, consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting. Please try to win the patterns. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.